everyone! Hi, I'm Kirstin Argones and I'm the mother of... What's your name?
Liam Alexander Ayamgal.
Very good. He is from Kinder Pino. So today I'm going to read a story about The Little Prince. The Little Prince is adapted from a novella by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. He is a famous writer and poet of the 20th century France. So since you are unable to read English story fluently, I'll be the one to read the story for you and for our viewers. Are you excited, Dia? Very good. But before we start, I want to ask you a question. Do you want to have lots of friends, Dia? Okay, it's good to have lots of friends. But what if you only need one good friend who will truly understand and love you? So let's find out by reading this short story about the Little Prince. On a blue planet lived a little prince and a beautiful rose. The rose was the prince's only friend, and he loved her very much. But the rose was too proud and temperamental, and the little prince began to find her tiresome. One day, the little prince was so annoyed with the rose that he left his planet, hoping to find some new friends elsewhere. Hoping to find new friends, the little prince went to another planet. There he met an arrogant and overbearing king who was sitting on a great throne. The king appointed the little prince Minister of Justice. He ordered his new minister to sentence a rat to death. Unwilling to give the poor rat the death penalty, the little prince left and continued on his journey to find new friends. The little prince arrived at a second planet where he met a very vain person. The vain person insisted that the little prince clap his hands to applaud and admire him. The little prince was asked to do this over and over again. In the end, he couldn't stand it any longer, so he left for another planet. The little prince reached a third planet. There he met a person who spent all his time eating and drinking. The little prince asked the man, "Why do you eat and drink so much?" The man answered, "Because it helps me forget my sadness." "You eat and drink so much just to forget your sadness? That's nonsense," said the little prince, and he felt very disappointed and left again. The little prince landed on a fourth planet where he met a businessman who only cared about money. The little prince asked, "How much money would you need to be satisfied?" The businessman replied greedily, "Enough to own all of the stars in the sky." The little prince didn't want to have anything to do with this greedy businessman, so he set off for the next planet. Soon the little prince arrived at the fifth planet. The planet was so tiny that it was only big enough for a lamp and the person who looked after it. The person's job was to light the lamp at night and put it out in the morning. The job kept him very busy. The little prince thought he might be a good friend. However, the planet was too small to fit another person. Reluctantly, the little prince waved goodbye to the man. The little prince landed on a sixth planet. A geographer who lived there encouraged the little prince to go and try his luck on Earth. The little prince set off to visit the Earth. It looked like a blue diamond, and he hoped he could find some new friends there. Finally, the little prince arrived on Earth. Unlike all the other planets he had visited, there were lots of people on it and everyone was different. The little prince was very disappointed to discover that even among so many people, he couldn't find any good friends. Having traveled so far, the little prince began to miss his own planet and his friend, the rose. So he left Earth and headed back to his own planet. So the little prince returned to his own planet where he finally realized that the beautiful rose was truly his best friend. He lived happily with his new friend ever after. The end. So what we learn from this story is that the important things in life, you cannot see it with your own eyes, but only with your heart. And despite all of the people that you will meet as you grow old, as you grow up, you will still need just one person who will truly love and understand the real you. Alright, Leah? So thank you for listening. Bye!